Hello, can you guys hear me? Using the school computer. Okay, good. Anyways, let me see here. Do you guys have any question for me? I cannot hear you because I'm using the computer from the school, so I don't have any audio. So you're gonna have to type out your questions like you usually do. Okay, what about weeks that you have question? That's what I use to grade people for this assignment. So completion is when you put up everything that I've stated here. I don't count the optional. So, but the ones that I've stated, like these are required that you need to post them up in your weeks. And then accessibility is when you make it accessible for anyone and everyone to visit your site. That means that it should not take forever for any visitor to load your website. So think simplicity. So don't inundate or don't overwhelm your wix with heavy stuffs that will drag down the loading time. And user friendliness is related to that, making it very enticing, interesting for any reader, any visitor. Organization is when your wix makes sense to you, not only to you, but to me and anyone else. Creativity is maybe you should use more than just words. Perhaps you can incorporate other things like pictures, or use different fonts or whatever else you have. And clarity, clearly, like your navigation panel. Maybe you should add a home button on each of the pages that you have for your assignments, so that it's easier for the visitor to go back to the home page. So those are the criteria that I use to grade it. Okay, so it's not just completion, but all of these criteria will be considered. No, you don't have to list it in this order, but be sure that I know which one is which. That's very important. Perhaps when you name your assignment, so you tell me that, oh, this is the diagnostic essay somewhere, so that it's easier for me to check off the list for completion. In the past, I had to do some investigation work and guessing work to to find out that this is the research essay, or this is the drama critique essay. So please identify which assignment it is. Okay, what other questions do you have? If you have no more question, week 15 is, this is week 15 and pretty much self-explanatory. We're going to finish this novella, and then we're doing the discussions forum for this. Okay, most of you are doing well with this. Okay, so final exam score. Okay, so you want to research essay? Okay, look at research essay. Where's yours? Am I missing yours somewhere? I don't see it. I see Mark. Oh wow, what happened to you? Oh, there it is. I'm sorry, I was blind. Well, this part is minor, but Turnitin picks up, right? So you might want to put a researcher at National Institutes of Health in your own words, which is, that's the minor thing, but again, it was a match. Now, this one is block quote. So you need to format it so that it's a block quote. So you have to indent, right? You have to use indentation for your block quote. And the block quote is not cited like this. So you have to look up block quote, format, and citation. Yeah, you can. Lip guys at this university is okay. So for block quote, the period is here, and then the citation information is here. But then you have to indent it to see how it's indented, like 0.5 inches, right here to the right left. Going further. Again, you have another block quote that needs to be addressed correctly, reformatted correctly. Okay, it's fine. And you have another block quote here. So you're using a lot of block quote, although I don't recommend block quotes, but because you have 9 pages long, it's okay. But in general, for a short essay, we only have 6-page requirement. You can go to 9, of course, but in general, you want to use quotes shorter than 3 lines. It's just easier. But since you have a lot of block quotes, that's fine. And you have another one here too. Okay. Yeah, lots of block quotes. You might want to vary it up and add some variety and not depend too much on block quotes. Yeah, you have way too many block quotes. Okay, but your Turnitin score is okay. No problem. Oh, sorry. I assume that Teresa and Mark also wants some feedback. Do you guys want me to give you some feedback, or? Yeah, if you could resubmit, that would be great. So I will delete your um, I will delete your submission. Okay. Um, okay, there's some formatting issue here, but that's okay. Usually we want to have your first draft, I'm sorry, your final draft first. So I would put this first, and then this becomes 1, not page 10. Put the other pre-written. Yeah, that's okay. There's only one quotation mark here. It seems like you're missing another quotation mark somewhere. Maybe here. Okay, and then who's saying that? Where does this quote come from? Okay, so identify where you got this quote. If you are not integrating your quote, this becomes plagiarism. So again, this is called quote plopping. So you just plop in the quote in the middle of nowhere, and you don't integrate it. You don't introduce it. You don't talk about it. So avoid quote plopping, which is difficult. So you need to integrate your quotes. Yeah, and you have another quote issue here that you need to integrate. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. So this needs to be block quote, formatted using block quote, okay, for poetry. Again, you seem to have missed the quotation mark here, and you plop your quote inside here again, so that's not good. Same thing here, block quote, this one. Same thing here, this is okay, you don't have to block quote it, but you just plopped it in there. So you don't want this. You need to use the quote sandwich. You introduce the quote like this, and then you put the quote there, and then you explain it. You tie it back to your supporting point. Yeah. Well, you wrote a lot, 9 pages, and you're following the instructions and everything. It's just that the primary issue that I have here is that you are quote plopping. So you need to integrate your quotes and properly format your block quotes. It seems like you have 2 places in the essay that you need to use block quote format. Then there is no table. The works cited page needs to be on its own page. So you need to make, put this in its own page, on its own page, and you need to take out the table, okay, and Let me see. Thank you for identifying the required types of sources. Yeah, this is fine. Okay. Okay, yeah, so the types of sources you have are okay. You need to put your sources in alphabetical order. D would go first, followed by, seems like T, no, S, followed by S, and then followed by T, and then the last you have W. So I hesitate. I don't know if you should rely on Prezi. Have you verified this Prezi maker? I have a huge problem with Wiki and Prezis because they can be made by everybody. So they're not really credible. So if you list this as a credible source, I'm not sure if that works because this is a Prezi. Okay. Who is this person? What is her credential? Is she a teacher? Is she a student? Is she just anyone doing Prezi? Okay, so you can't do a student. Credible means that this person needs to have some credential. A student is working towards a credential, so you can't use it. I'm so sorry, but you need to take this out and replace it with something else, or you just need to depend primarily on Shimook. This one is okay. This one is peer reviewed for sure. Thanks for including the book here. Okay, let's go to marks. Yeah, that's fine. So I will delete your submission as well so that you can incorporate the changes. So are you, it seems like you're using the short story from the internet. So then you have no page number there. Thinking if I'm okay with that. Originally and previously, I told students to use the page number inside of our textbook, right? Kennedy's textbook that we have. But I think that's not really a big problem. So, you know, I guess you can just use the online one without the page number. Is there a way for you to maybe, I'm not sure, this is minor, but since it shows up on Turnitin and we need to adjust it, is there a way to maybe switch it so that it's not caught by Turnitin, you know? You state it another way, state it your own way so that you can get away with the Turnitin report here. And I wouldn't use the colon here. It should be a comma. A colon signals block quotes. So this is not a block quote, so you need to use a comma. Are these two authors? If they are two authors, I think you need to use and. Instead of comma, you need to use and, Cuddy and Reeves. But you can use the ampersand instead of the comma here. I'm just looking at MLA formatting. I'm not looking at the content yet. Checking for plagiarism, that is. So again, a comma here instead of colon. Turn it in caught this, so maybe state this a different way. So maybe say Tony Kate Bambara, timeless contemporary story. The lesson illustrates the social justice, blah, blah, blah. That would allow you to avoid the catch here. Okay, this is a book. This is APA. So are you sure you use an MLA for this one? It looks like it's APA, okay? So MLA doesn't have the date here right after the author's information. Okay. So I think this one will go over here. A really easy fix for this, if you could find it in the databases. Oh, this is the wrong one. I'm using West Valley, but it should be the same thing. So let me see if it's in the databases. Bergeron. Oh, there are too many. The 70s feminism mixed waves. Oh, it's not here, but Scholar Google also has it. So if you can find it on Scholar, you can just click this quotation mark here, and then this is MLA. Okay, you just copy this over, or make sure that you have the right information posted on your draft. It looks like your sources. Okay, so I think it's reversed. So Cuddy, comma, Emily, and Rickard Reeves. Okay, so for this one. Other than that, the variety of your sources are good. Yeah. Now this one, I'm not sure if it should be italicized because it is a major work. And this one is not, should be indented as well, like this one, okay? So include this line to have it carry the hanging indentation. Okay, so I hope that you find it useful. But I know that I'm nitpicking. However, MLA is by its nature is very picky. So so we need to get it right and not be confused between MLA and APA. And it is a major criterion for me to grade your final draft. Okay, so besides the give you feedback on the research essay, do you have other questions for me? I noticed that Twee is on, but she hasn't. Does Twee have any question for me or any other comments or questions? Okay. So to keep it, to reiterate, to summarize, it's really important to, when you work on the research essay, to get the MLA format right and to integrate your quotes. I have a question here. Yeah, for the final exam, please bring at least the large green booklet. Let me see if the EBC bookstore has it shown. I want to make sure that you have, you know, to get the right booklet. Oh, good. Then if anybody in the room needs it, you can resell it to them for $5, like I said. Yeah, so just be sure that you get a large green exam booklet that has 3 circles in front, on the front. I guess it doesn't show here. Anyways, yes, and please bring an ID because I do need to check your identity. So the school ID works, any ID with your picture on it, including the driver license or the California ID. The actual time allowed for you to write is 100 minutes, but we'll be in the room for 2 hours. Okay. You cannot use your cell phone. You cannot leave the room unless you have to go to the restroom really badly. When you finish, you just have to wait for us. Okay. Yeah, it's from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. So please show up maybe 5 minutes before 2 p.m. Maybe give yourself time to walk to the room as well. Do you know where it is, right? Acacia building map. We are meeting in AB 103 right here. It's going to be on the first floor. It's nearby the fountain, and over here it's the Student Success or Student Services Center. Okay. This Friday, the 15th, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. This Friday is also the due date for most of these assignments. Okay. Please keep that in mind. And let me know if you have questions. I will still be online this week, like today, and I'll be on later on. I will be online later on this week as well, except for Friday because we have to be doing the final on Friday, so I won't be available on Zoom for you. So if you have other questions, join me or just text me or give me an inbox message. I should have 3. If I accepted it, yes, you can get the extra credit. So the 3 of you I looked at are acceptable, except that you need to fix the minor stuff. So yes, I will give you the extra credit for submitting on time. Okay, other questions? Okay, if no other questions, let me just do one last thing and then we can end. I've stated that it will be posted on by Friday, December 22nd. I don't know if you still have access to Canvas by that time, but I plan on submitting your final grades on Friday, December 22nd. Okay? So that's my plan. Hold on, let me do this and then I'll address your question. Damon. I think I got everyone. Second midterm via Outlook. Let me go to that. Oh, the third midterm was due yesterday. But let me look at the second midterm. I haven't graded anything yet. Can you also put it here, please, Damon? Like in this assignment comment section? Because when I go back and regrade everybody's, I look here, and it makes it easier for me. I have a central location and I know stuff. Yeah, I remember our email exchange. Okay, and I said that you could resubmit, but I remember if I think I told you or I asked you to submit it under assignment comment as well. If not, then please go ahead and submit it there. Okay. Let me see. I think you go to the assignments section. So go to assignments and you click. Shoot, I don't know if. Let me see if I could do this. Under student view. So I'm gonna go into student view, and then locate the assignment. Oh, it's not here. I think it's under grades. It's under grades, and you locate your check-in. Yeah, you go to your grades. Under you select the right assignment, and then over here you can add your revised document here. And this is true for all of the revisions. Okay. So please do that. Put it here as well for me, so that when I do your grades, I look here. It's easier for me to do this instead of emailing me your revisions via email or inbox. So you can click attach, or you can add your Google Drive link here. You see all these two choices for you to resubmit. Okay. Are you clear about this? You want me to repeat how you can find this? All right, you're welcome. Anybody else with any other question? I will see you on Zoom later on this week, or at the final exam on Friday. Uh, I don't know if I told you, but you can make up the final exam only with a serious reason, compelling reason that you can document. So an example would be if you are on your way and you were speeding, but God forbid, and knock on wood, you got pulled over and you got issued a ticket, a speeding ticket, and then you missed the final exam, right? The English department takes care of our what is it? Request to make up the final. So that they don't even accept that reason, okay, that excuse. So the only excuse that they accept is when you're in the hospital and your doctor issue you a note. Okay, that's considered okay. So what I'm saying is please plan accordingly and don't speed. Give yourself plenty of time to arrive, so that you don't have to get a ticket, or drive safely so that you don't get in the car accident. Blah blah blah. Knock on wood, you know. But to make the matter worse, I have already scheduled my winter trip, so I'll be working online primarily after the 20th. So even if your request for making up the final is approved, nobody will be able to give you the makeup until I come back in January. Towards the end of January, that I'll be back. So you have to delay. We have to delay your makeup for the final exam if it is approved, right? So if it has been approved, then that's going to happen. So because I will be the only person who could give you the makeup exam. So I guess I'm asking you to be careful and to arrive as indicated. However, the final exam is only worth 20% of the course grade. So if you've been doing well, you can still pass the class with a low B or a C plus. Any comments or question about that? Well, I want to thank you for being such a diligent group of students in English 1B this semester. And I hope that the class has served you well, and wish you luck with the remaining assignments. Don't hesitate to reach out to me if you need, whenever you need help. So I would end the meeting now, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you.